Hello, this is our Information Management 2 group presentation on SQL. There are 5 members in our group. We all acted as editors by completing one URL slide each. As you can see above, each group member had their own individual role. Over the course of the next 3 slides, we'll explain and discuss the 3 URLs our group chose for trigger commands and why. The first URL we used was SQLite. The reason we used this website was the website uniquely gives multiple very helpful sequence diagrams to visualize each function of trigger commands. For example, a total of 17 diagrams to show in detail the insert function if needed. These diagrams are also shown in a minimizing way so as only to appear when clicked to avoid confusion. The website is concise. It has links to more details on the main functions insert, update, and delete. These links throughout make it easy to navigate the website. The information given includes syntax. It highlights syntax restrictions on update, delete, and insert statements within triggers. The instead of command is also taught, showing triggers on views instead of tables. It teaches dropping triggers, and it gives an example trigger. SQLite gives us a helpful example trigger using a customer table and an orders table to demonstrate how the update command works in real life. This is certainly a benefit when learning how to implement a trigger. The next URL trigger we used was tutorials point. The reason we used this website was that it clearly tells the user exactly what triggers are. It also outlines the benefits of using triggers along with the process of creating triggers. The site is well presented and laid out. It gives an example, making it clear, concise, and easy to understand. The information given. Definition of triggers along with information on when they're used, such as in response to database manipulation, definition, or operation. A short paragraph on a benefit of triggers. Syntax for creating a trigger. Each piece of syntax alongside a description of what it does. A detailed example of creating a trigger, including a synopsis of what each command is doing. Also, it includes information on triggering a trigger. The third URL link we used was the PL SQL tutorials. The contents of the URL include the definition, describes what a trigger is and explains when it is triggered. Also describes syntax. It goes through general syntax of a trigger together with the translation of what each trigger does. Uses examples such as the use of triggers to create tables, trigger using create, replace, and insert to modify the tables created, trigger using update to update information in the table. The examples use many DML statements to cover a variety of trigger demands. This tutorial also gives information on trigger types. It discusses row level trigger and statement level trigger. This webpage also covers trigger execution hierarchy. There are several reasons that we chose this bookmark. It provides an understanding of triggers through definition, syntax, and examples. This tutorial is just one section of an SQL course provided by the website so users can continue to learn the language and techniques. It also provides the layout and structure, making it easy to understand and follow the tutorial. Over the course of the next 2 slides, we'll explain and discuss the 2 URLs our group chose for the use of SQL as a programming language. The first we use is the waytotutorial.com website. This website begins with the basics of PL SQL, but also covers the more advanced topics. The user can follow it from beginning to end, becoming very competent with PL SQL as the tutorial goes on. The image on the left shows a PL SQL homepage on Way to Tutorial. As it can be seen, it's extremely easy to navigate to the topic of interest. This website also covers a wide range of topics, including PL SQL data types, loop and case statements, and exceptions. Each individual topic is very easy to understand as the website shows the correct syntax to use, as well as helpful examples. The colorful and spacious layout entices the user to learn, as it does not overwhelm the user with too much information. The second site we used was w3schools.com. The website shows you how to use SQL to access and manipulate data in MySQL and SQL Server, Access, Oracle, Sybase, DB2, and other database systems. The website has 3 parts. First is the SQL tutorial containing 45 chapters starting from the very low level to the DB data types. Also the SQL functions describing 17 functions in depth with examples. Also has an SQL quiz with 20 questions on SQL with no time limit. There are several advantages to this website. The website has an SQL editor, which allows you to edit the SQL statements and click on a button to view the result. There's an SQL quiz site, a good way to see your progress on the language. And there's also an SQL quick reference, a table of useful SQL grammar. And finally, data types and ranges for Microsoft Access, MySQL, and SQL Server. We've now outlined our chosen 5 URLs for these topics. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for listening.